What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So, I have a question, right? How many people out there are going through some stuff? Pretty much anybody that's watching this should be raising their hand, right? And the thing is, a lot of times when we're going through something, we feel like, God has tested me, or, God put me in this position. So, you know what I'm saying? I can have faith in him and this, that, and other. And that is true a lot of the times, right? But sometimes I believe that God allows us to go through some things, not to prove that he's real, but to prove to you about you. You see, a lot of times, when you're going through something, I'm talking about when you're really going through something, right? It can be people leaving you. You can be in a relationship and that relationship has ended and you feel like the world is coming down. Friends can leave, family can, disappoint you, whatever, right? And when you're going through it, you feel like, oh my gosh, like, God, why this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes you would think that God is not even hearing you, right? Because you're crying throughout the night and, and you just like, oh my goodness, right? But the funny thing is, 2 weeks from then, a month from then, might even be 6 months from then, you'll look back and be like, how dumb was I? Why was I crying over this person and this person, meant nothing to me, right? Let me show you what God did to you. For you, I should say. What God did is show you how strong you are. You see, there's a such thing as enduring. You got to know how to endure something. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's like, like as a parent. As a parent, you don't want your child to go through anything, right? But you know that they have to go through something. Right? So you do the best that you can do to show them, to teach them the ways of the world. And you have to be, cognizant that they're going to experience pain. They're going to. You just hope that, what you've taught them can kind of like shield them from it. Some, right? But they got to go through it, right? It's the same thing God with us. We're going to have to go through some stuff, right? He's already given us the keys. He's already showed us how to get through it. But sometimes you got to go through it so you can understand how powerful you are. So now you sitting up here and you like, oh my goodness, they left me. My world is coming to an end. 3 months later, 6 months later, you looking back and like, how dumb was I? How dumb was I? I can't believe I used to think like that, right? That's because now you know the power of you. And one of the biggest things that we have to learn about this life, we got to learn how to endure. See, a lot of people, when they pray, they always say, God, please grant me, this amount of money, or grant me this car, this, that, another. No. I pray that I just be blessed. Because when you're blessed, that blessing open doors that you don't even know is closed. I just want to be blessed. And being blessed doesn't mean that I have $1 million. Being blessed is I never have to want for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be blessed. And in my quest to be blessed, I got to endure some things. I got to go through some struggles. You know what I'm saying? But I have got to learn the power of myself. It's a lot of power in me. It's a lot of power in you. But you will put yourself in a position that you'll lean on everybody else, right? And then you'll turn around and be like, I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody to talk to. I ain't got nobody to listen to me. I try to call, this person and they not answering the phone and this, that, and the other and blah, 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 blah. And you got every excuse in the book. But you got a lot of power in you. And sometimes God just wants you to feel that. He just wants you to believe in you. So in order to get you to believe in you, he got to put you in situations that you have got to understand the power that you have. And how does that look? It's very lonely sometimes. You pick up that phone and you ain't got nobody to call. You know what I'm saying? Because in those situations, that's when you learn you. I remember when I was in the military and going to Japan, that was the longest plane ride of my life. And I remember sitting on that plane and I was blessed because I had my grandparents and I knew that they was praying for me every night. There was not one night that I came in that house and my grandfather wasn't on his knees praying. It wasn't no morning that I woke up and he wasn't on his knees praying. So because of that, I depended on that because I visually can see it. I knew he was praying for me, right? And in that plane ride to Japan, it was just me. And I remember I started being so nervous and I'm just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to, oh man, it was just, it was so emotional for me. Right. And I had a long plane ride to get there. But on that long plane ride, I started to tap into myself and I started to really think, right, like I got the blueprint of how to make it. I got the blueprint of how to make it. I know they still praying for me, but I can't see them. So I got to depend on me. I got to start praying for myself. I got to Japan and it was certain things that I said that I wouldn't do. I was never going to go back on my morals and values. And I never did. I remained who I was to this day. Right. But I was in that position. God had to send me across the waters to just understand how strong I really was. And I endured it. Right? Like I endured it and I was blessed and I'm blessed today. So what I want to tell anybody out there that's going through some stuff that seems like it was prolonging. Sometimes God just wants you to see you. He can come in and wipe everything away. Just like as a parent, I can take the troubles away from my kids. But guess what? Where would they be? Where would they be? So no, I need them to see how strong they are. God needs us to see how strong we are. And for anybody, I'm putting myself in this thing, right? I have been going through something since October 25th. That's when my grandmother passed. And I have been just dealing with, oh my gosh, I have been just dealing with something. And it was keeping me up at night, causing my blood pressure to boil. I mean, it literally was killing me from the inside out. And then I had to step back and I had to say, you know what? All I got to do is endure. You see, my endurance can outweigh the mess. All of these sayings like peace be still and this, that, and the other, right? Those are real sayings, right? Those are real actions. But sometimes they hard to do. And I failed so many times. I was going tit for tat. Tit for tat. You say something about me, I'm saying something about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just kept going back and forth. But then I got to a point to where I had to understand that all I got to do is endure. God got me. I have all the tools to get through. I just got to endure. And sometimes enduring means, let me just shut my mouth. You want to lie on me? Cool, I know me. And the people that really love me, they know me. So why do I got to go back and forth when I know me? Listen, you got to stop going back and forth with someone to win. And they ain't got nothing to give you. They don't have nothing to give you. You can win that argument. And what do you win from them? You just got to learn how to endure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn how. I ran the rock and roll marathon. And I remember I got out there. I didn't train for it. I got out there, man, and about mile, 9 or whatever. I said, Lord have mercy. What did I do this for? But I was too far to turn around. And all I know was I had to get there. I had to endure my feet bleeding. I had to endure all the chafing. I had to endure it. And that's life. Life is a marathon. Life is a marathon. You're going to have people that's running faster. You're going to have people that's running slower. All you got to do is run your race. Stand and endure. Let God show you who you are. And not only him show you who you are, you got to believe who you are. I don't pray. I don't ask God for millions. God, I just want to be blessed.